My friends, my name is Danny. I'm a disabled, non-speaking autistic but on the kid communication access about 30s. As an autistic better, I wanted to raise some awareness of the experiences and perspectives of those of us in our twenties and beyond. There are different causes and a need for more consideration for dignity as authors. I'm so thankful to my friends who took time to share their perspectives on being all grown up as a spanner.
Being a new communicator is a gift for someone a bit older because it allows you to reshape your self image and brings hope and joy into your life. Would I have appreciated or recognized this as a teenager? Most likely not. Being non speaking is a profound part of my identity. I would not be the person I am today if I had started spelling earlier. As an older speller, I think we have more experience with how to really engage with other people. We have been observing how other people will interact for decades. The many years without communication leave us with more motivation to make something of ourselves and show the world how smart we are.
I spell to communicate so my thoughts and desires can be shared with the world. I don't have a cognitive impairment or an intellectual disability. I do have autism and Down syndrome. Most people think that I'm not smart because of these two diagnoses, so I didn't get a lot of opportunities in life. Now that my words can be set free, I'm not going to let anyone get in my way.
It leaves us with pain and fear. We did not have the opportunity for a good academic experience when we were younger. I regret that I do not have a high school diploma. I learned new things from my neurological music therapy where they truly understand my needs and potential. I am so grateful to have this method of sharing. It is such a liberation. I cannot look back because it is just too painful. So for me, no regrets, just looking forward. I did miss out on a lot of time I could have used to learn about relationships and build friendships. So this is something I'm learning now. It's harder when you are older and out of school. This is a loss I am making up for now. Also, I missed out on asking lots of questions. So many questions. I could have understood myself and others so much better. This would have eased a lot of anxiety that caused dysregulation. I've suffered from this. Now I understand better and can develop tools to ease anxiety with the help of a therapist. I don't really have regrets. My mom did the best she could at the time and never gave up trying to find ways to help me.
My biggest regret is that I never got to spell with my dad. My hope is to spell more with mom so my dad can see me doing well from heaven.
Of course, the life issues and interests of adults are different. Friendships are more difficult to make. Dating and intimate relationships are often desired but largely a mystery. Our sphere of influence at a status approaching professional tends to be limited to the world of advocacy, when we might want to have some of what we write, create, and do stand on its own, apart from disability. As an adult, there's also a greater degree of humiliation and frustration when our differences cause people to treat us like children before they believe we've demonstrated our intelligence. In many ways, we live in between adulthood and childhood in terms of how we are treated, as well as the extent of our abilities and responsibilities. So it's not always easy to hold on to a mature self image and to command from others the self respect we hold on to so tenuously.
Most often, people have a hard time changing their mindset, and therefore they get so stuck in treating us like children. Part of me understands why this is easy to do. We sure do sound like kids a lot of the time. Also, our perceived interests are childish in nature. Our bodies can be incredibly tricky and deceptive. Because people learn the truth about us at a later stage in life, they have a greater shift to make.
We are sorry to have to rely on others so much. We want to be independent, but our bodies just won't cooperate.
I'm now experiencing a gap later in life of the opportunities that are available to those who received a regular education.
We don't have enough staff who want to change the old ways of how to communicate with us. Current programs and facilities are treating us with completely age inappropriate materials and activities.
So much must change for the lives of non-speakers. Specifically, mature adult spellers who are already done with school or don't have the desire for higher education have little to no choices in how to spend our time as productive members of society.
Foremost is anxiety about how the current system of supported living for adults is going to provide 24/7 access to communication, as I have now, living at home. I can't survive on the few hours per week of spelling that many of my adult friends have who live apart from their families, mainly communicating when they see their aging parents and never or seldom with staff. We do not stop developing skills, abilities, and interests, so therapies and educational opportunities that are not merely vocational should not end once we are in our 20s. Would anyone demand this of a neurotypical?
We are in need of programs and services that recognize and respect our mode of communication. We need to be a part of the conversation about all that affects us. We have hopes and dreams too. Proper supports are needed to make this a reality. We are unique and diverse individuals, not unlike the rest of the human race. What I want in my life is likely to be different from my peers. However, the common thread is living a life of love and purpose with autonomy. Let us call the shots and direct our futures.
My main concern is to try to have a rich, full life with a career and a family.
I am sad about missing my school years as a result of not being provided an effective means of communication. I am able to cope by advocating for future generations of non-speakers to have a better world that is understanding and supportive. I hope that younger spellers are spared the experience of being underestimated and presumed incompetent. They are being introduced to S2C at a younger age and will be able to have more opportunities offered to them.
I hope seasoned spellers and older new spellers will meet and support one another, and that together we can support and guide younger spellers as they go through the roller coaster of puberty, young adulthood, and the process of changing the world through advocacy.
I feel hope that the younger spellers would never understand the feeling of going decades without communication in the same way.
Hang on to your inner self and try hard to be the person you know you are. Do not internalize the negativity of others towards yourself or towards them. Compassion and patience can be difficult to maintain, but they are the keel that will guide you through the difficult seas you'll encounter.
My favorite piece of wisdom from my experience as an older speller is never not to try new things and trust your support. Find a communication method that works best for you. It may take time and hard work, but it is so worth it.
My favorite wisdom is to accept support and trust our support. The support we receive is amply reliant on co-regulation.
The main thing I want people to know is that we are really smart. We've been around a long time and have a lot of experience and wisdom.
I may have fewer options because I'm older, but this does not deter me. I can still move ahead.
Absolutely.
I want a wonderful life. We stand on the shoulders of prior advocates, and the work we do pushes boundaries for the next group. This is my guiding star.
It is. But one. We have so much more to say. I'm sorry to further discuss this or this. So I did it. But for that, thank you for watching, friends. Your friend, all bad dad.